Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Nadun Sirivardhana. Let's have a look at the headlines. ADB again comes forward to strengthen Sri Lanka's economy. Port city infrastructure remains to boost economic recovery. News in detail. The government finalizes documents with the Asian Development Bank for another loan and a grant. A memorandum of understanding for both the loan and the grant was signed at the Treasury premises this morning. The government of Sri Lanka had discussions with the Asian Development Bank to mobilize a loan amounting to $100 million coupled with an externally financed grant amounting to $6.9 million. The financing was expected for the Preparedness and Response Trust Fund for the implementation of the Strengthening Integrated Healthcare and Governance for Universal Health Coverage program under the result-based lending modality. The $100 million loan will be obtained to support national strategic framework for the development of health services for improved efficiency and quality of secondary health services as first referral care for ensuring universal health coverage. A spokesman from the Treasury said that the program comprises of three outputs which will mainly focus on enhancing first referral care services, enhancing pandemic prevention, and improving health sector technical capacity and pharmaceutical supply chain management. The Ministry of Health and Mass Media will mainly be the executing and implementing agency, while the 9 provincial departments of health services will also act as implementing agencies of the above program. The initial documents were exchanged between the Government of Sri Lanka and the Asian Development Bank at the Treasury in Colombo this morning. Finance Ministry Secretary Dr. Harshana Suryaperuma signed on behalf of the Government of Sri Lanka, and ADB Country Director for Sri Lanka Takafumi Kadano signed on behalf of the Asian Development Bank. Port City Colombo has reached a major milestone with the completion of its first infrastructure phase. The Economic and Commercial Council of the Chinese Embassy highlighted this achievement as a significant moment in China-Sri Lanka cooperation during today's celebration event.
This milestone represents the transition of the Port City project from construction to operation. The city now possesses full urban functionality, establishing a solid foundation for interior development, business operation, and community life, clearly signaling to the market that Port City is ready for activation. We extended our sincere gratitude to the Ministry of Finance of Sri Lanka for its continuous guidance and support, and to the Colombo Municipal Council, the National Water Supply and Drainage Board, the Board of Investment, and the Ceylon Electricity Board for their invaluable technical and administrative collaboration throughout the construction process.
Also at the completion celebrations, Secretary to the Ministry of Finance Dr. Harshana Suryaperuma outlined how Port City Colombo will contribute to strengthening Sri Lanka's economy through foreign investment and reserve growth.
FDI is very important for a country, and that FDI is being brought into a country with a stronger partnership with shared values and understanding is more important. That's where the relationship between Sri Lanka and China goes a long way. As a result, investments of this nature, one of the largest investment in Sri Lanka, creating a new physical structure that was not part of the map, has been created. Those efforts have paid dividends. As a result, the economy is stabilized, inflation is contained, interest rates are brought down, businesses are performing, functioning, investments are coming in. We want to see businesses are better, bigger, and more profitable than that they were. We want entities to realize their full potential as business enterprises, to grow beyond of their current capacities and reach out to other markets as well.
Stay tuned, we'll return after this commercial break. Welcome back. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya has held high-level discussions with Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar during her first official visit to India. The bilateral meeting focused on strengthening economic cooperation and regional partnership between the two nations. The discussions in New Delhi centered on strengthening the multifaceted partnership between Sri Lanka and India, with particular emphasis on economic cooperation, connectivity initiatives and digital transformation. Prime Minister Amarasuriya acknowledged India's continued assistance in various development programs and expressed Sri Lanka's interest in attracting more Indian investment in manufacturing, infrastructure and education sectors. During her visit, the Prime Minister also returned to her alma mater, Hindu College at the University of Delhi, where a new research facility was inaugurated in her honour, the Harini Amarasuriya Social and Ethnographic Research Lab. Addressing students, she emphasized the importance of education in transforming societies and building inclusive communities. The Prime Minister's itinerary also included a visit to Niti Aayog, India's premier policy think tank, where discussions focused on education reform, innovation and governance models that could inform Sri Lanka's own education transformation agenda. Now the Deputy Minister of Finance and Planning has outlined why attracting foreign investment remains a top priority for the government's economic strategy, emphasizing its crucial role in driving national growth and development at the Bridging Borders 2 Business Forum.
We need to achieve a significant and again sustainable economic growth, without generating value, even if you just try hard to do other things, in a way, other things are also not possible unless you have very strong, resilient, robust economy to back up. So therefore, economic development is a must. For the economic development, apart from the other things, of course, investment should come in. New investments. The one mode of investment is just as you just highlighted, bond, either through equity or bond, could form the required, the needed capital. Investment is a key to change this particular game. How could investment generate the most highest or the plausible value? Depends on many variables, among them investors' confidence, their ability to leverage out, manage the risk are very important. So therefore, our role, government, the role is to build that trust and confidence among investors.
At the same Bridging Borders 2 forum, the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission has voiced strong optimism about Sri Lanka's economic prospects, predicting positive growth despite current challenges.
Just 2 to 3 years ago, if you can remember, so Sri Lanka was one of the unpleasant economies in the world, in the region. So our inflation was skyrocketing, around 70%. Our growth rates were negative, and foreign reserves were just around 1 billion. Even within the 1 billion, we couldn't use anything because it was fixed. And wherever you watched, nothing impressive. We need to think about a very comprehensive, targeted, specific national economic plan. So that's the foundation. That is what is required at the moment. In there, we have to identify from 4 to 5% to 8 to 9% growth. So what is the investment requirement? We have to calculate. No economist in this country or outside calculated that in an acceptable way. If it is done, I am ready to accept. But that is not there. So being the capital market regulator and the facilitator in this country, I am ready to take my KPI as 20% of that calculated investment as my target. So I would like to take that if that is there. So that is what is required. Through the Sri Lankan capital market, I see a lot of potential.
Stay tuned for the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today. The All Share Price Index gained by 217.65 points to close at 22,633.80. The S&P SL20 gained by 36.39 points to close at 6,263.03. The turnover was over 11.2 billion rupees and over 282 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.